Well, the break is not working for Shane Van Boening at all. See if Timmy can do a better job this time than he did with the opening rack, where with ball in hand he just missed a straight ball. Congested down the left hand side.
Played a nice combo there, Timmy Blight. Now, it doesn't have to move everything about here, but he has to get perfect position if he's not going to. So
I don't think he needs to. I mean, if you land on the 5 to the corner, you should be able to get out pretty comfy here.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to leave himself.
He's just not
cut.
Yeah, it just needs to be as straight as he can get on it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played to get here. Surely, I mean, there's nothing on. You think?
Yeah, I don't think he can play off the 5 with the 4 either.
No.
I think it goes too far forward. He's looking at it, but
why not?
Pushes.
Yeah,
on.
but why not come? This to me, it looks like this is where he's played to get. But why not come 2 rails and get on the 5?
Yeah, it was always going to push forward, that one.
He had to hit that firm to really kind of widen that.
Yeah. Yeah, he made the wrong choice. That's for sure. Shane playing the combo immediately. And this will be 2-1, you'd think now, to Shane Van Boening. Nothing in his way. And if you're Timmy, you've got to be kicking yourself because, like you just said, Simon, his first 2 breaks this morning, one's been on the keyboard on the floor, and that last one wasn't great. If you're actually getting to the table on Shane Van Boening's break,
yeah,
you know, that's something that's, well...
And not taking advantage of it,
No,
that's
exactly.
the real problem. Nicely done. Good counter from Shane. Always expected that. Problem for Timmy is, I often think if you're in Timmy's position and you get the first 3 chances in the match and you take one of them, you almost feel like at some point it will turn and the chances will start to even out. He still needs to continue to get the lion's share of the chances and start taking more of them. It's only 2-1 though, and we're on the break, so as much as Timmy will be frustrated because he's made 2 errors in the match, he's got to remind himself that he's absolutely kind of where you should be in terms of he's won his breaks.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a nice break from Timmy.
Yeah, come out pretty nicely as well. Can go either set here. What are you thinking, Tony? Solids? You like the?
I think the starting balls are hardest for solids.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get through to the 6. If you could see all of the 6, I think I would definitely take solids, but might well be the stripes.
I think it's just two awkward ones at the bottom on the stripes, and you're moving balls at the top. But I think both can work.
It's just a starting ball for solids. That's the main problem.
It's not ideal. It's also not a disaster. You're trying to get high on the 9, but going to be moving the cue ball a little bit off this shot to land with the angle he wants. Yeah, gone too far. Now that 9 ball becomes a problem.
He's going to want to move. Has to play the 13 now. But that 14 is now a real problem because he's basically run out of balls to use to move it.
2 bad balls left on the table and only 3 left. Yeah. 4 first visit chances for Timmy Bly, 1 taken.
Yeah, because at some point you know that SVB is going to break and run a couple. Well, another familiar story with that rack as the others, where Timmy Bly has tripped over on a finish and Shane Van Boening has mopped up what was left on the table. And it is Shane now leading 3 racks to 1 in this race to 7.
All too easy for Shane, really. He hasn't had to do anything yet, and he's still 3-1 up with his break failing. This is at the last 32 stage. There are still a few last 16 matches currently, sorry, last 64 matches going on, and we'll be focusing on a couple of matches from the last 32, and then we're going to get a few matches in today before we break and come back tonight for the latter stages. So we'll keep you posted on what and when we'll be showing. I think the plan was to show some last 16s. I'm not sure we'll quite be at the last 16 stage in a couple of matches time, so we might get to see 3 matches from the last 32, and we'll keep you posted. As Shane looks like he is going to keep the cue ball on the table for the first time in the match.
Like I said before, the early exchanges where Timmy's had so many opportunities, but you just know that Shane Van Boening's, being one of the best players in the world, is going to break and run racks at some point. And he might do that just now. I think these are gone. Not got all the pocket here with a 15, but you can just run it into the rail before the bag and it will slide in, which it has done. And this simple 8, and it is a break and run for Shane Van Boening, and that is now 4 racks to 1.
And Timmy can't say he hasn't had the opportunities. Disappointment, really, letting 3 of them slip. Following this match here, we will see possibly match of the round in the last 32. Certainly in the conversation for it. Justin Bergman will take on Sam Henderson, 2 former champions with Ultimate Pool USA. All the scores are available on ultimatepoolusa.com. Go to the live scoring and you can see all the scores from every section and the up-and-coming matches. And as Timmy breaks dry, things get worse for the man from Moline.
Yeah, that's Timmy's first dry break as well. So Shane's just broken run. Timmy's gone dry. And in the blink of an eye, Timmy could find himself in a whole world of hurt.
Slightly awkward here, not in his normal perfect position. In trouble. Hope for Timmy Bly here.
And that's what he was looking at for all that time, was it was getting from 3 to 2 and then 2 to 8.
Yeah, I think he went pretty much second shot. He kind of got himself out of line and then struggled to get back in. And not for the first time in the match, jumps the cue ball off the table. Did that in the opening rack off the break.
Well, let's hope Timmy Bly doesn't do what he did when he had ball in hand last time. Shane jumped the cue ball off the table because he missed his first shot.
The good news is there's a lot less traffic out there. And this is one that Timmy really should run.
Well, Timmy Bly going to drag a frame back. Just this 9 ball and a straightforward 8 ball into the top corner. Left for Timmy. And in goes the 8. Still, Shane Van Boening leads 4 racks to 2.
Yeah, still in control, but first mistake for Shane in the match. Well, another issue on the break.
Yeah, when Shane Van Boney's come into the Rack Billiards Club this morning, he seems to have left his break back at his hotel. So can't really believe how many opportunities Timmy Bly's had this morning.
I know, and to only have taken 2 of them. But he's still in the match. This is the thing. I mean, this is Shane's break. Run these out, have the next break. You're on the break then. And, you know, that's what, you know, if Timmy looks at it that way, spins the positive, you know, okay, I've not played great here, but I'm still very deep in this match.
Exactly. You look at it. Shane Van Boney's only broken run once this morning. And if you look at his average all the way through. I mean,
agreed. Timmy's in trouble again, though. keeps it open. Okay, there's work here for Shane, but
he can go right after that 15 as well straight away. He can either play the 14 and draw back into him, or he could even play the combination shot and the second stripe comes back off the rail and into that little cluster. Bit of a loose one. It's just made the two balls at the bottom worse, and the 15 is still plonked firmly behind the 1 and the 4 ball. Oh, just into a little safety exchange. Haven't seen much of this during the weekend. Well, I think Shane might just develop this 12 ball now, because he can do this without leaving very much for Timmy Blight.
such a key rack, isn't it?
Not a bad shot there from Timmy. Could have been worse if he clipped the one ball there. He could have knocked both of Shane's stripes out into the open, but he didn't. So the 15 is still there, but he's going to attack it now.
It's not made things better.
I think we're going to see another safety shot here. Try and glue Timmy behind the 10. And he has done.
Oh no, that's harsh.
Yeah, it's very unlucky there, Timmy Blight. Hit the two solids, but the spin taking the cue ball into the corner pocket.
Interested to see how Shane's going to play the breakout here. Needs pace.
He's going to play into the corner, but he's got to send the cue ball into the rail, come back, and smash that 12 out into the open.
Yeah, didn't come out.
No, hit it very thick. Hello.
Oof.
Wow.
Wowee.
I thought that was gone.
I did, instantly.
I'd have lost a few bucks on that one. As soon as that had contacted the 8, I'd have had money on that. That was going in. Tell you what, if it wasn't for the glance on the 2 ball there, that would have gone. Just took the 4 ball offline a bit.
Clever loss of turn.
Yeah, good shot there from Shane Van Boening. Plays his 12 ball, deliberately knocks in Timmy Bly's 1, which keeps him firmly at the bottom of the table, and also in the same process sending Timmy's solids away from pockets. The only good thing for Timmy Bly is Shane doesn't have a stripe at the bottom of the table that was easy.
Well, there's definitely a combo on, but is there a gap to the 9?
Well, he can hit the 6, Timmy, now, but can he make it?
Just think if you clip it back to bottom left, your cue ball's going to come around 3 rails. You might have a shot to top right. No, it just plays the safety version of it, which is probably a better option. Because if he plays the potting angle, the cue ball's flying around an awful lot more.
Yeah, he's also put the 6 ball up there in the equation as well.
Just overcut that one. It rattled in, but it means the cue ball's travelled a few rolls further than planned.
Will the 10 go off the 8? If it does, Shane has a real chance here. Played that really well indeed. Got the 8 out perfectly into the centre of the table, freed the 13, 9 balls easy, and this is going to be 5-2.
Oh, he's overcut it. Didn't quite have the gap. And he's overdone it.
Yeah, when Shane played the 13 ball, if you watch that shot closely, it's a went to stop, but it did move. Some momentum pushed it forward a couple of inches, and that's what landed him in that precarious situation. And Timmy Bly probably can't believe it.
Big error. Big error. All of a sudden, we're staring 4-3.
And just had that little bell which signals 15 seconds a shot now as well. As Timmy wisely calls his extension now, just to set himself on his last 2 solids.
Just about okay. For a second I thought he was going to be a little close to his work. He is a little close to his work, but oh, it's not going to be the easiest of 8 balls here. He's not played the best 3 shots. You almost sense he knows how big this visit to the table is.
Huge shot here for Timmy Bly. Oh, it's great.
Best shot he's hit in the match.
Absolutely. Well, the way he took those last 2 solids, I'd have probably backed against him to get the 8.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. It just felt an edgy visit to the table, but that'll settle you in. That will be very good for Timmy Bly. And the mistakes he's made in this match, and Shane's made a couple now himself, for this to be 4-3, Timmy could realistically feel like he could be out of sight, as in could be done here. So the fact he's still in on the break, he should feel very positive about where he is right now.
I was the sort of player, if I was had the chances Timmy'd had and I'm 4-3 down, I'm thinking I should be out of this arena, won this match.
Yeah, but you also feel like you could have lost it with making that number of mistakes. That's why I think always try and spin the positive, thinking that Timmy should feel good about being only one back and having the break. Personally, I think Shane's the one under pressure here, even though he's in front.
The 5 coming to rescue the situation there for Timmy Blight.
Tricky. When the 8 ball goes over a pocket, things get tricky.
I think you just have to take the stripes and be done with it.
Yeah, but
you've got to. You can't just let Shane come to the table. I don't like any safeties on there.
Well, I was just trying to see if there was a solid anywhere. I'd rather be solids than...
There just wasn't a shot. You couldn't even bank the 1.
Well, no, I wasn't sure if the 2 went down the table. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but no. My co-commentator here, Mr. Holgate, assures me that it didn't, with a big shake of the head.
He's come a bit far there.
Yeah, one major problem to solve here.
He just wanted to land on the 12 ball there, and he's come a little far, and he's going to have to play the combination now, 10 on the 12. Which he does. Yeah, all the eggs are going to be in one basket here for that 14 ball. Yeah, we think it's a shame the 3 ball is where it is, because if he could have got behind it and took it down into the bottom.
This time he has the angle.
I don't like kicking it out. I think you could kick this out and end up with no shot. Well, at least he's got the 7 out of the way, so he can't hook himself behind that when he tries to get on this 14.
Guess he thinks he can make this rail first, using the 8.
Yeah, well, if he can make the 14 rail into the 8, the 8's going to go towards the other corner pocket.
No, I'd just gone for the bank and got the second kiss. Didn't need that, and big. That was such a big visit, wasn't it? That was always the problem ball, and just could not solve the problem. He needed to make that. It was early on in the visit where he didn't get the angle to play the breakout. He had to get that angle to play the breakout early to give him more ammunition to get better shape on that ball. This is to go 2 clear. It felt like it was going to be 4-4 with 6 to play, and anything could happen, but this will put Shane back in a little bit of a comfort zone. Has the break in the next, although the break has certainly not been working for him in this match. A reminder that coming up after this we will see Sam Henderson, good friends with Timmy Bly actually, is Sam. He's taking on Justin Bergman in what is a mouth-watering match. For me, match of the round. Just noticed that Savannah Easton has won in the last 64 of the Open, so she continues to give our tournament director here a headache as she remains live in all competitions. She goes through to the last 32, waiting for an opponent. They're still playing in the last 64. Well, gets a break right. Can control his destiny here for the final 5 minutes. I suspect, even though Shane's played an awful lot this weekend out there on the feature table with the match clock and understands the situation, most of his matches have finished so early that he hasn't had to do too much clock management. So I suspect he'll probably just be focusing on the run out here and not give it too much thought. But in this situation, that's exactly what you want to do. You're going to use the 15 seconds a shot naturally anyway. Well, that's no good. He's okay. He can just still get to the side of the cue ball. One more roll would have been interesting.
He's just not quite been at it this morning, Shane Van Boening. But he's going to weather the storm. That's a great
what
shot.
a shot that is.
As soon as I said he wasn't quite at it, he pulls out that shot.
That was special. Well, it looked like he was going to really struggle to get out. And he ends up with a simple 8 ball.
Great finish there from Shane Van Boening.
Hasn't needed too much in terms of big shot making throughout this weekend because he's played so well. But this time he really did, and this was special. Look at the cue ball. Cue ball hitting the gap as well as making the bank.
Yeah, some shot there from Shane. That shows you just how good he is when needed.
Yeah, it sort of takes the drama out of this match, doesn't it?
It does.
It's put Timmy in a world of trouble. Remember, there's no golden breaks in play for the Open. That's a shootout rule. So he needs to run 3 racks in 2 minutes 57. Now that is doable if you get 3 chances. You know, a minute a rack is doable, but from what we've seen in Timmy in this match, it would require a serious elevation in form.
It also requires Shane Van Boening to go dry or scratch from his break as well.
The way the break's gone, that isn't necessarily too far-fetched because his break's been a bit of a problem for him in the match, certainly early on. Well, Timmy does have the opportunity straight away.
All the solids all very close by as well.
Sort of doable. A little bit of
6 in the 8, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit of movement required. I mean, the 8 isn't so much of a problem if you could play to just open it up a fraction now. Which he's done. Possibly overhit it if we're being ultra critical.
I'd play the 1. Play the 1 and cut it down. You can get on the 6. I don't think he's playing fast enough, really, considering what time we have left, and he needs all these racks. That's a great shot, though, from Timmy. He'll take that. Maybe a little unlucky that he didn't kiss that full in the face and have it straight into the other corner, but he has a shot. But that clock is moving ever closer to the end of the match. We know back at home with our professionals, they'd be running now around the table.
Yeah, I mean, we've used up, what, minute? Nearly 2 minutes So even if he'd got out, he would have only left a minute. And remember, he's got to run 2 more racks. You have to run and risk completely messing up to give yourself a chance. But that should be, you would expect, Timmy Bly's last shot in the Iowa Open. Yeah, Shane is clock management as well. He is just keeping an eye on it. Big clock right behind our camera. That's what he's looking up at.
I don't think he needs to worry.
No, just run these out. But doing the right things.
Shows he is aware of it, though.
Yeah, he knows job's done. Final 15 seconds coming up here. And there's no bonus for getting to 7. The clock running down will do the job. Not Shane Van Boening's finest performance, certainly on the break, but showed plenty to get the job done against Timmy Bly, who will rue the missed opportunities at the start of the match. Could legitimately have been 4-0 up the chances he had, and he was 3-1 down. But that big shot from Shane Van Boening sealed the deal, and he marches on. He's into the last 16 of the Iowa Open. We'll be back after this break with Justin Bergman and Sam Henderson.
With over 175 years of billiards history, tradition, and expert craftsmanship, Brunswick is a name synonymous with our game, which makes it the perfect partner for Ultimate Pool USA's vision, a fun, fast, and exciting pool for the players all across the United States. Brunswick, Ultimate Pool USA's official table partner.
My break tip is completely different from everything that is on the market. Combines the qualities of like a playing tip with a super powerful tip. It's like a tip on the steroids. You can open with less power and still have spin and split the pack perfectly, but you can go for the power breaking and you still have control. You just need to know how to do it. A lot of players that they told me that because they use so less power on breaking, they can focus on accuracy. And the rack always splits the way they want. And because they are not using the power, they keep that accuracy and its reliability. I believe that when you're going to buy something, you need to believe on it and buy it perfectly. And on my side, what I believe is, if I'm going to offer you something, it needs to be better than I was expecting me for buying itself. The increases, it's fantastic, it's super good. And they are consistent, they still have power or more power than the normal tips, and they last. And that's what I want. It really feeds me on. When people say thanks and they like the product and they are happy, I feel joy to myself. It's not really just proud, it's just joy. I feel happy.
And welcome back to the arena for another monster matchup, and this is a big one. Justin Bergman and Sam Henderson. My name is Stephen Wyatt, and we've got Mr. Tony Holgate in here with me. Tony, how was that last match? Timmy Bly coming out, making a little bit of a statement, getting some games on SVB.
Should have won the match for me.
Yeah.
If I'm being hypercritical, shame break wasn't quite at it, but then I found out why he wasn't breaking his break cue until the last rack.
Really?
Timmy just told me.
Huh.
But yeah, he saved the best till last to chain. I mean, he played an incredible two-ball bank shot and then finished the match off really from there. But Timmy had so many chances, and Shane doesn't normally give them out, but he was handing them out like birthday presents. But this is going to be a great game. Justin Bergman, Sam Henderson. Two of the big guns squaring off at the table.
That's my little brother. He's my man.
Well, and Justin here with it's not a terrible table. There is a little bit of work to be done with that 10 ball, but he's taking care of it immediately. Oh, how nice is that?
He'd have liked a little bit of a better shot left, but did that very nicely, kicking the 8 out into the open. This is a bit of a thinner chop into the corner pocket.
This is scary. You got to watch out for the cue ball. It's running right into the 5. Oh. Couldn't have got any closer without scratching.
2 balls not done him any favours, though, coming in front of the 8.
Do you think the tin ball goes into the side pocket past the 7?
Yes.
So if he could play this and get a good amount of pull on it, you think he could draw back and shoot that shot? It's a tough one. He's just going to go back and forth. What do you like for the 8 ball?
Well, he's looking at going straight in that side pocket. I think that's tricky to get on it.
Maybe just rolling forward and playing the 8 off the 7?
That's why he's looking at maybe doing that, yeah.
Caroms are always tough to control. Oh, well, that'll work. Justin Bergman not giving Sam Henderson a chance at this table.
Well, it's quite funny because he did go around the table and he eyed up that 8 ball into the side pocket. And then he plays the other shot, kicks the ball away and plays it into the corner. So
yeah, a lot of times when
he misled us.
When a player is undecided, they'll look at multiple shots, and usually the last one they look at is what they decide on. He did not do that. He looked at one and then said, let me go this way. Tony, I don't think I've asked this all weekend. So far up to this point, what do you think this weekend's been like? It's just as far as everything, the venue, the crowd.
Absolutely incredible. The venue is special, and we've been spoilt by Pat and his staff here. They've been superb, and the venue's incredible. It's the best venue. I've said it multiple times. It's the best venue I've ever been to anywhere on the face of this planet.
Yeah, this is it's definitely a very, very cool place. And like you said, the staff has gone above and beyond all the way around.
Yeah, we'd like to thank them so very much. We've been made to feel incredibly welcome. And I know all the people that have turned up to play and watch in this event, which has been in the hundreds and hundreds.
Yeah, I think
have all enjoyed their time here as well.
Total across all events. This includes some duplicates, but I think total across all events, over 300 players.
Yeah, that's it's an incredible statement. Wants to get on that 11 ball just with an angle so he can kick the 14 out. Might even have a go now. I think it's the angle's there. It's thin enough to do it now. Well, Sam did get down to have a good look at that, but he's changed his mind. Doesn't want to go straight, and he doesn't want to be tree-topped over the top of that 6.
It's going to make it much more difficult to get into those balls the way he wants to.
Well, this is a lot tougher than where he was before because he's got to generate the power now. Whereas if it was thinner, the cue would just do it for you, and there you go. The trouble with that, when you're bridging right over the top of the 6, if you go to try and slam that ball, you might bang the cue ball off the table. We've seen Shane Van Boening in the previous match twice come off the table. Once from his break, but once in open play. Oh, this is a great shot from Sam. And he's been a little bit unlucky there.
Granted, he didn't get the shape he wanted, but that shots like that are why he's a shootout champion. He's able to come with the big shots when he has to.
Well, I think he's only got a bank here with the 14. Also got to take the cue ball into the 5 ball to try and hold on to 15 here as well. So this is going to be quite tricky. He's made the bank. He'll take that.
Oh, man.
Got the angle as well on the 15 to get across for the 8. Just quite a bit of traffic over there. This is where he's just got to be a bit careful.
I think the nice thing is, if he were to come straight across, even if he hits the 6...
Well, he wants to hit the 6.
He should have a great shot.
He's exactly what he wants to do, is come across and hit that 6 full in the face. Then we'll come behind it and then scratch. There we are. That's perfect.
Strong outing for Sam Henderson. Something we will have to keep an eye on is the match clock. We have added a game to the race. As you saw in that last one, no finish.
Shane could have finished that. He managed the clock on that last rack and he was looking at it. I mean, if he wanted to finish that, he could have finished that and still left 30 seconds. But yeah, the clock now does come into play.
We were talking about it a little bit. If Timmy would have gotten out on that last track that he was on, there was just enough time there where it could have gotten a little sticky. But this extra game definitely shortens that 40-minute match clock to where the time will come into play most matches as far as the 15-second shot clock. And, you know, if the fans get lucky, the players won't like it. But if the fans get lucky, maybe, just maybe, we'll see a 6-ball shootout.
Well, in the UK, in our Pro Tours, we generally get 2 or 3 during an event. And our matches are all races to 7s and 8s. So now we've upped it to the 7s. I think we're more likely now to see a couple of hills and 6-ball shootouts. So I'm going to say we'll get 2 today.
Yeah, and you guys play on a 50-minute match clock, correct?
Depending on the race, 40s, 50s. Some of our pro tournaments, we don't have a match clock. Now they can be long, and they're like races to 12.
That's a long race. Yeah, I'm sure the players like it. Longer races. Make sure that the better player wins. Obviously, the shorter the race, the easier it is for a player that maybe isn't supposed to win can pull out the upset. Longer races usually expose some of the issues us not so good players have. So you're calling 2 6-ball shootouts today?
Yep. There we go.
Maybe a final 6-ball?
Yeah. That'd be a bit dramatic, wouldn't it?
Well, dramaticism is our game, right? Making pool exciting. It is the most high-octane form of 8-ball that you can ask for. There's nothing more exciting in pool.
Well, he's left us 2 and 1 till quite late. I think you should take the 2 now. I think he's going to have to come into that 1 ball. Bit awkward to try and draw the cue ball back and leave himself the cut with the 1. Well, this is far from easy for Sam Henderson. Position the name of the game now, because has to leave himself just enough room when he makes his 4 ball. He needs to leave himself in a gap between 12 and 8, and he can see the 1. He has his angle now where he pots the 1, draws the cue ball back behind the 8. and fires the 8 into the same bag. But he's chosen just to roll it in. When he was digging down now, I thought he was digging down for the draw shot.
Oh, what a good run from Sam. Very impressive. And we do have our first player into the final 4 of the Junior Open, and that is Savannah Easton taking out Tyler Ramos to secure her spot in the final 4. Other matches going on in that Junior Open: Jordan Helfrey, Memphis Wilson, Harrison Lanin and Brendan Green, Caden Herbach, and Isaiah Greer all to play. We'll have more updates from around the Rack Billiard Club in just a few minutes. Sam Henderson breaking off in this 4th rack. It's a race to 7. Currently up 2-1 on the iceberg. Justin Bergman, balls going in. There's a little trouble here with that 310, Tony.
There's a bit of trouble with the 2 and 15 as well.
Yeah, this won't be a simple out. Sam going after his problems very early here. I think he might have got out enough to see that. Well, I think he doesn't have a choice. He's going to have to shoot this ball unless he can get to the 4.
Yeah, he can get to the 4 easily there.
And what's the follow-up after that?
Probably he's got the 5 or the 1. But if he can get through here, then he has to take the shot. He certainly doesn't like it.
Oh, maybe that 3 ball doesn't go. Well, he's going to shoot at it. It was very close. Very close.
Not close enough. And Justin Bergman now comes to the table. If he was that tight, he shouldn't have played it. He should have played a 4. Because he could have come back and banked that 3 ball. And certainly staying at the table is a better option than turning it over to Justin Bergman, as he now uses his extension. Stripes are certainly in a better position than the solids, as Bergman makes the 9. What if Just is now going to attempt to think up with a 12 and kick this 15 ball out? And I'll tell you what, it's not come out. In fact, he's actually made it slightly worse. Not only that, he's put that 3 ball of Sam's up at the top of the table now. Not completely in the way of anything, but it's just a bit of a hindrance when you're trying to move the cue ball around from ball to ball. The groundskeeper thinks it's been quite a slow match. Only 3 racks done. And we're nearly 15 minutes into the match, so we're kind of going around 4 minutes a rack, which I know doesn't sound a lot, but when you consider Shane Van Boening and Full Flow in the shootout, they were around 2 minutes a rack. Going to have to move the 15 right now. He has done, but it's not worked out great. He has got the 10 ball at the top, but this now is just sticky position. Has to land the cue ball, so he has a route through between the 2 and the 4 ball to get to the 15. So digging down. That looks good. And that is good. Clear path to the 15 now for Justin Bergman. I suggest he just pushes this cue ball through off the side rail into the bottom rail and try and get onto the 8 ball so he can shoot it into the top right hand corner. And he'll take that. This to level the match. And that is clean as a whistle. So Justin Bergman there, very good run out from him. And it is now Justin Bergman 2, Sam Henderson 2 here at the Rack Billiards Club in Des Moines.
I didn't expect a whole lot different here. I feel like there's going to be mostly back and forth. These guys are pretty good at holding serve. It's an early morning, obviously. Those are always the toughest matches to get to. The early morning match, you're usually not quite awake yet, not quite ready to play pool, but if you can get past that, especially for these two, if you can get past that, you got to feel like you got a good chance of making it to the finals. Tough draw, though. There's a very tough draw in this field. I think SVB, Justin Bergman, Sam Henderson, Joe Prince, and I want to say Craig Waddingham are all on the same side of the bracket. So star-studded potential for huge matchups.
We're looking at these solids for Justin. Again, it seems to be just the 1 ball that's the problem, which is the 5 this time. In the same places where the 15 was in the last rack. Going to try and get it in now. Doesn't want it to go in.
That's a little unfortunate for how well he hit that. For it to fall like that, it's just brutal.
Yeah, they'd like to just that to stay in the vicinity of where it was by that corner pocket, but he's got the 7 available. Can go and shoot this and be on the 1 ball next.
He played a good shot there.
So you see he's just coming around to check the 6 passes into the top left-hand corner, and it does. We'll just scrape past that 15 ball. So 2 rails here. Down for the 4 ball, and that's perfect. Just draw the cue ball back up now. We know the 6 goes. And Bergman has suddenly awoken. And this is more like the Justin Bergman we know. This is a really, really good run. Again, that's 2 in a row there for Justin Bergman. Pure quality.
Yeah, that's a big one. And just to talk a little bit about more about where we're at in this this tournament. This is the last 32. We saw Shane Van Boening move on against Timmy Bly. Justin Bergman and Sam Henderson are playing now to see who plays SVB. That's a firework matchup. Nick Evans and Joe Prince currently in a battle. Eric Charlton and Ryan Robinson. Kieran Hall and Jovan Bustamante. Jimmy Nosavan and Austin Cherry. Eric Picard up 4-0 over Russell Carter Jr. Craig Waddingham leading his match. Caden Herbach down by 1 in his. Chase Stumfall still in this tournament as well. Savannah Easton and George Walters. Shane Thompson leading Jeff Asel 3-0. Still to come, Tom Cousins and Jason Neida. We're going to fill out our last 16 fairly quickly here. If you want to check out that bracket, ultimatepoolusa.com. Click on that live scoring button and then select the tournament that you want to follow, whether it's the Open, the Women's, or the Juniors, or any of the second chance tournaments. You can find the bracket there. We're just above the halfway mark in this match. It is a race to 7, 22 minutes left on the clock. Potential of 13 games. We're on rack number 6 right now, so based on that, we're a little behind on racks versus time. So if this match were to continue like this, it seems like the clock will very much so come into play, but again, you never know. Sam taking his time, dissecting the rack, trying to work out the best possibility on how he can get out without letting Justin to the table.
Well, he's on the 1 into the side pocket. He's got 4 balls all around there. This is including the 8 that's all in that little central part of the table. Has the 4 balls still to navigate down at the bottom. So he's going to shoot the 7 into the side pocket here. He runs into the 11 ball, but he needs to make sure he pushes the 11 ball out of the way so he can see the 4 ball. And that's okay. Got a choice here. He could shoot a 6 if you want to now, but I think it will go for the 4. Comes up behind the 11 this time, off the side rail. And that is absolutely bang on. This is a good reply from Henderson after watching the last 2 racks disappear, with Bergman firing on all cylinders. But such a strong-minded player, Sam Henderson. That's great. That's a great rap.
I also think that if you had to pick one person that you feel like has the best idea of how the table is playing, I think Sam Henderson's at the top of that list. He seems to understand the speed of the table pretty well. We'll catch up from around the Women's Open, as there are currently matches going on around the arena. And we're down to our last 16. We'll be moving into our quarterfinals soon. Sophia Mast, Savannah Easton, Emily Duddy, Amy Beecham, Brandy James, Nicole Oborowski, Melissa Stumfall, Elul Kibaraglu, and Tina Larson, all still in, as well as a few other names. Matches have started, and they are moving pretty quickly So we'll figure out who is in our quarterfinals very soon. We'll be checking in on the juniors shortly. Well, and this is a big deal right here. Dry break. You don't see Justin make many of those.
Well, was not expecting that from Henderson.
Yeah, that's a big miss.
That is a big miss. Because what he's also done, he's knocked them all into a very easy combo as well for Justin Bergman's starter. So no real work to do now for Bergman to get onto the stripes. And as you look at the table, this is a pretty straightforward out. Takes a 9 now.
Yeah, all he really had to do was get on that 9 ball.
That's
and
it.
at that point, the rack is unlocked.
Yep, take the 9, draw into the 4 ball, and you're perfect on. Well, you bang on the 15 then. I'm not a lover of that shot.
Yeah, he got a little kiss on that front ball.
Yeah, but I thought he could have drawn straight into the 4 and been basically where the 4 ball is now playing the 15, but he's okay.
I do think there's a play here for taking out all the balls at the top of the table first. But I agree with you. I wasn't in love with the way he shot that.
I'd have rather taken all the balls at the bottom first, because if you just had the 2 at the top and where the 8 ball is, it's not hard to get on the 8. Any clear path of it. And the 8's near the pocket, really. It's not in an awkward position, but where's the cue ball going?
Oh, no.
Oh, Justin Bergman. I'll tell you what, the brakes came on that just in time.
They better mute that microphone, because if the speaker vibrates too much, that ball might fall. I mean, that is deep into the pocket. Good follow-up.
Again, that was one of the reasons why I'd have rather took the 3 at the bottom, because you're not having to come down. If you had the 2 last and then the 8, you've only got to drop in the middle of the table. But anyway, that's by the way. And this is the here and now. And Justin Bergman is going to get the job done in this rack, mainly via the scenic route. But the main thing for Justin, he now goes 4-3 up.
Yeah, and for Justin, it's just a race to 3 at this point, which he's got to feel pretty comfortable with. Let's take a look at our Junior Open bracket. We'll run through who is still playing in that. Of course, all of our tournaments start off in group stages, and winners move on, losers go into the second chance. And we have our quarterfinal already. Just like I spoke of before, Savannah Easton guaranteeing her spot in the semifinals. It looks like all of those matches are going to start around 2 o'clock. And we'll know probably around 2:30 who our final 4 in the juniors will be. Big question is, who's going to win this match between the Iceberg and the Rhino? It's all coming down to the break, really, Tony. Good, successful breaks are keeping these guys at the table. Sam needs one here. Oh. Definitely didn't want to be on top of that 7 ball.
No, but he's okay. He's going to shoot the 6 down into the bottom corner. Now he has the 1 into the side pocket. It's the 3 balls that are around the 12 ball that are going to cause the problems for Sam Henderson. He has to shoot the 5 now. And now address these 3 at the top. Well, he can get rid of the 7, and he has an angle. If you can get rid of the 7, come around the back of where the 13 and 14 are and get onto the 3.
Good speed here by Sam. Very good speed. Wanted a little bit more of a bump. He wanted the cue ball to be up just a little higher. The 8 ball does pass the 13, I believe. He's going to have to take on either a really tough cut
Good bank.
or a bank.
Got to play the bank. It's easy to get the cue ball onto the 2. He's looking at him. Is he going to go down for the 2? He could play the 2 and punch off two rails, bottom rail, side rail, and try and come up behind the 4.
Got to get the speed right.
Oh, that is an absolutely glorious shot. That, for me, is up there in the top 3 shots we've seen this week.
Precision, under
To draw
pressure.
it back with all the side spin on it, and then to get absolutely A1 perfect on that 4 ball, and now the simple 8. That was a world-class shot that Sam Henderson played right there. Justin Bergman now going to break off in rack number 9, having just witnessed a superb rack runner from Sam Henderson, and then with that final 4 ball that he potted to get on the 8. I mean, all you got to do is sit back and applaud somebody that played that good a shot.
Yeah, I think the most amazing part about that shot is the fact that he's down 3-4. The clock is dwindling down. He knows that if he misses that ball, it could cost him the match. So a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
Well, he's got to shoot the 6 ball, Justin. He's taken quite a lengthy look at this. And And by taking so long to sort of play it, it was ended up being quite rushed. He couldn't make his mind up, Justin, how to play it, whether to really smash into it or try and be more controlled. And he sort of did neither.
Yeah, and he's lucky that that shot didn't come up 2 minutes later, because we would be in the 15-second shot clock. He's in a little bit of trouble here. That 5 ball's in a weird spot.
He can get behind the 5 from the 3, I think, and go into the bottom corner.
Yeah, he's going to have to hit it good. He'll play the 1 next after the 7.
I think he...
Or is he going to play the 3 now?
I'd play the 3 all day long. You play the 3 and the 5. Then the 1 and the 2, 8 in the bottom corner. That'll do him. That's fine. Plays his 5 ball. Brings the cue ball. He'll put a tiny bit of right hand spin on this, just to come off the side rather than come up for the 1.
Could have been a little straighter. I think he'll be okay, though. Not much to do.
Again, load of left hand spin now I would put on this, because you don't want to come back straight and end up hooked behind the 13. So if you put the spin on, so left hand, you put and push it, you go towards the 13 more. That's a risk he's took there, and he's played it very well, but I would not have taken that risk.
He went bottom so he could slide through the gap, and that gap's a little scary. That was a risky shot.
Yeah, done. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to.
He didn't end up great on the 8 ball.
No. However, he still made it middle of the bag.
5-4 on this race to 7. 9 minutes, 36 seconds remaining on the clock, and it is Sam Henderson's break.
Yeah, we're not in the nitty-gritty time yet. We are into the last 10 minutes, but 5-4.
Yeah, I usually like to start really watching the clock around the 7-minute mark. That usually tells me if it's going to be close or not, depending on the score line. You got an average of about 2 minutes a game if you've got break and runs under the 15-second shot clock. So if this rack takes 2 minutes and 36 seconds, you're looking at 3 games at 2 minutes with 2 minutes a rack with 7 minutes on the clock, in which case the clock would not come into play for a shootout. But if you get a messy rack or a couple of misses here and there, it could get interesting. Only time will tell. Ball down. And a fairly open. Nothing's touching.
Solid for me all day long. You got the 1 ball straight away. It's your starting ball. Go straight up and get rid of 5 and 2.
Yeah, the reason you don't take the stripes there is simply because it's more difficult to get to the 14 ball.
13
as well. At least with the 2 and the 5, you can use one of them to get to the other.
So this is great. You take the 2, the 5, the 3, leave yourself your angle on the 4. You come round the back of where the 8 ball is and come behind it, so you have the cue ball in the middle of the table, and you shoot the 8 into the bottom right hand corner. Wants to be fairly straight on this, Sam. That's good.
Yeah, this is perfect. Gives him enough room to just get off of the rail.
You don't want to come off too far because you want that angle, and there you go. Perfect angle now. It's natural. So he comes off the bottom rail, off the side rail, and there, where he's standing, is where he wants to be standing when the cue ball's finished rolling after this shot. And that will leave him a nice, comfortable 8 ball into the same pocket this 4 ball's going in.
Yeah, simple 2 rails. Don't overhit it. Oh, he's good. He is good.
Yeah, positional play absolutely spot on there from Sam Henderson. 5-5. You see Daryl Hibbard there, our ref, just checking that there's no item of clothing was anywhere near the 14 ball as Sam Henderson was stretching over it. So, level again. You cannot separate these two colossal players here at the Rack Billiards Club in Des Moines, Iowa. Bergman there just sort of limbering up, a couple of practice swings.
Yeah, he's sporting the Ultimate Pool USA jersey made by Jam Up. Got the Brunswick logo on there. Of course, our beautiful TV table here. 7-foot Brunswick. Plays amazing.
Yeah, it looks very nice as well. Easy on the eye.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
This could be...
And that was a good break as well. He's been unfortunate there not to get a ball. There was a nice explosion from the break. But the pool gods, on this occasion, not smiling on Justin Bergman. So Henderson has first opportunity to try and get to the hill in this race to 7. Now you see the clock now going down to your time, Stephen. You like the last 7 minutes.
Yeah, and the score line is at it's at a weird spot where we can't really tell what's going to happen yet. He didn't have an easy opener, and he took a tough bank. He's going to have a shot, but that 12 ball needs to be taken care of, and that 13 as well. So this is not going to be as tic-tac-toe as his last one.
I think the 12 can be played very softly, and it will still be made past that 2. I think it goes near jaw and would drop. And if that's the case, that would be my last ball just to get onto the 8 ball, because you could play it very slowly, just hold for the 8 up into the top corner. But it would be very, very tricky because you've got to be right behind that 12 to be able to do that.
And what do you like for the 13? You think he's going to try and break it out now? Ooh.
Yeah, he won't be too pleased with that.
Much bigger angle.
I don't know
than
if he can he get behind it and shoot the 13 down in the bottom corner?
Bottom right?
Bottom right.
Oh, it'll be tough.
That's where he's played to go. He's missed the 14.
All right.
He was under the clock there, and he was making so sure that he caught that 1 ball to leave him some sort of shot with a 13 that he's took his eye off the 14, not made the shot. So it is a loss of turn, and that's why Bergman is now back at the table.
So this is what I was talking about. A missed shot, especially in a situation where you run down most of your balls. And now Bergman's still got to run 6, and he's got a problem ball on the table.
It's okay. He can get to the 5. In fact, he can get to the 5, and he has the angle to try and kick out the 6 as well. I think he shoots this with a bit of pace, coming to the 6. Played it very well. That is great shot there from Bergman, and now this rack has really opened up as Bergman just glances at the clock. He knows how important it is now at 5 racks each with only 4 minutes and some change to go. In goes the 3.
I don't doubt that Justin's going to get out here. This this is going to get a little hairy because of the clock and because it's Sam's break next. Okay, he's good. Ooh.
I quite like that shot because I'll tell you this now, he didn't want to leave himself 7 then 8 because he'd have to leave the minutest of angle on the 7 to play it to get on the 8, and now she's took that one out of the equation. So now he knows he can just slow roll this in the 7 and he will have a clean and clear path to the 8 ball into the top corner. Not ideal being so close to the road, but he'll take it. Any opportunity to win the rack.
Yeah, he'd take a couple second glances at that shot just to make sure that he was going to put it in the heart of the pocket, but he does. He is up 6-5, as you said. 3 minutes, 36 seconds on the clock with Sam Henderson breaking. It's still too early to tell anything. This next break by Sam will tell us everything we need to know about the match clock, whether or not it comes into play. Dry break, open table. Justin's probably an 80%, 90% favorite to get out on just about any table. His breakout ability is so good. A ball down, Sam able to run out. Good chance we end this rack with about 1:30 on the clock. If you're a Sam Henderson fan, you are crossing your fingers, your toes, and anything else that a ball goes down on the break, because that is the most important thing, and no scratches. No scratches. And at the last second, a few balls fall. There's some issues on this table, Tony. He can make the 4. He's got to have kind of a wide angle on it, but the 4 ball does go. Not much time to think about it. I don't like the stripes as much.
I'm gonna say I take stripes all day long. There's only the 15 that's a major problem, and you can get to it from the 10. So you play this 11 ball now, leave a slight angle on the 10, and you can come into the 4 and the 15. Whatever happens, you'll still be on that 14 ball into the other top corner. Surprised. It's a good shot though.
He took a little bit of a risk there because your cue ball was always going to be doing some odd things.
Yeah, but it was a risk where the 15 was going from there and where you're going to land on your next ball. And by going the other way, you're always going to guarantee to be on the 14.
This is tough. Sam's already used his extension.
What's the 7 doing? What is the 7 doing?
Sam's already used his extension. The 14's in trouble. The 15 ball does go, but this is...
That shot has just... I think that shot's just killed him. Oh, he's played that so well.
He can play the 14, come 2 rails out. He'll have a tough cut on the 10 ball, but it goes, and he'll be able to just go up and down for the 8 ball. I think he gets out here.
He plays the 10 now. That 14, the 7's in the way, the 14 coming around the back. Made it.
Oh, look at this.
This is some out from Sam Henderson. I thought he was on the floor and he's dug himself right back out. Sam Henderson is made of iron to pull out this finish. Sam Henderson has just pulled out a world-class finish under the most immense pressure you can possibly have. We are hill with 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock.
This is where it gets very cloudy, very thick in the air. There's a lot of tension in the room right now because everything in this match relies on this break. This break is the match, no matter what happens. There you hear it there. Daryl Hibbard, our referee, calling the final rack.
Bergman makes a ball. How's it going to sit? Can he run these in quick-fire fashion? They are there. Solids are all there. Bergman knows it. He's played it very quickly, though. But has he played that shot too quickly?
This is not good.
He should have hammered that in. Is he going to leave Sam Henderson a chance to run this on the stripes? I'll tell you what, this is as close as we're going to get to a 6-ball shootout. Bergman now really trying to just take that. 40 seconds, Henderson's going to run.
If he gets this clearance, it will be a buzzer beater. And he will have stolen this rack and this match
Play
from
the
Justin
combo now.
Bergman.
Play the combo now, 13-10. Just drops it in. Oh, I thought he was going to stay. He's going to do it. 20 seconds, 3 balls from home. The 14 in the top corner. It's gone. If he cuts his 9 in, he needs the cue ball to stop because you know how fast his table is. He wants to play it quickly. The 9's in. Now then, he's got to wait for the cue ball to stop.
He knows.
He's going to do it. 3 seconds, 2, and he has done it. With a second to spare, Sam Henderson has beaten Justin Bergman 7-6 with 1 second to spare. Oh my God, what a match that was. Bergman must be absolutely gutted. He had first chance, made the mistake, but Sam Henderson, he put his roller skates on, cruised round the table, and he goes through 7-6. When we come back, we're going to hear from Sam Henderson.
With over 175 years of billiards history, tradition, and expert craftsmanship, Brunswick is a name synonymous with our game, which makes it the perfect partner for Ultimate Pool USA's vision, a fun, fast, and exciting pool for the players all across the United States. Brunswick, Ultimate Pool USA's official table partner.
My break tip is completely different from everything that is on the market. Combines the qualities of like a playing tip with a super powerful tip. It's like a tip on the steroids. You can open with less power and still have spin and split the pack perfectly, but you can go for the power breaking and you still have control. You just need to know how to do it. A lot of players that they told me that because they use so less power on breaking, they can focus on accuracy. And the rack always splits the way they want. And because they are not using the power, they keep that accuracy and its reliability. I believe that when you're going to buy something, you need to believe on it and buy it perfectly. And on my side, what I believe is, if I'm going to offer you something, it needs to be better than I was expecting before buying itself. The increases, it's fantastic, it's super good. And they are consistent, they still have power or more power than the normal tips, and they last. And that's what I want. It really feeds me on. When people say thanks and they like the product and they are happy, I feel joy to myself. It's not really just proud, it's just joy. I feel happy.
And welcome back to the Rack Billiards Club here in Des Moines. Another match from the Open. We're still trying to catch our breath, myself and Stephen, as Jason Neida breaks and scratches, and he's going to be playing the UK's #1 player, Tom Cousins from Wales.
Tom hasn't had the outcomes that he's wanted in the shootout or the mixed pairs, coming up just a little short in the finals last night with Tara Connor. But here we are. He's still in the Open, and he's got a chance to move into the final 16 if he can take down Jason Neida.
In case you weren't here for the last match, Sam Henderson just beat Justin Bergman 7 racks to 6, finishing with 1 second to spare on the clock. An incredible match, both players really playing some fabulous pool. Got a feel a bit for Justin Bergman. He did have first opportunity in that last rack. One thing he could have done, when he played the first bad shot, you know, the opening shot, Justin Bergman, and didn't really have a shot. You think about it, he should have called the extension and run 15 seconds off the clock, and that would have stopped Sam Henderson being able to win that rack.
Yeah, 100%. That would have sent us into a 6-ball shootout. But at that point, you're looking at it and you're saying, okay, I know what I have to do. I have to get out here. So not really thinking about the possibility of a miss like that. Very difficult to think about all the different scenarios that you have to worry about when you're on a 15-second shot clock in that arena. So I don't think Justin had anything on his mind other than, I need to win this rack. Nice little bump there by
Yeah, and he needed it as well.
by Tom.
Just enough to get to the 10 ball. He'll just draw the cue ball back here, Cousins. That should be enough for him to see the 14 come all the way back up the table for the 8. Now, as long as that doesn't glue to the 6, he's okay. And I'll tell you what, that is not okay. He surely can't get through straight. Oh, he swung that slightly with side. So Tom Cousins does win the opening rack. And I thought that was in a lot more trouble than it was there. But it is the man from Wales who takes the opener. Jason Neida is from Kansas City. One of the league operators, I believe, as well, in that part of the world.
Yeah, Kansas City has been a big supporter of the Ultimate Pool USA events, as well as the Ultimate Pool League. Oh, wow.
Well, that's the second player we've seen jump the cue ball off the table this morning in this arena. Shane Van Boening was the other one in his opening rack against Timmy Bly. So Jason Neida will get his hand firmly on the table. And it's the only time after the break shot that you don't have to play the cue ball from the kitchen is when you've sent it off the table. Any other type of scratch from the break, you would have to be playing behind the line. Jason in pretty good shape here. He's going to make this 5-ball across the table. Onto the 7. And really, does as long as he just gets the cue ball out of all those stripes, it doesn't really matter too much where he lands. He's going to have a shot at the 4-ball or the 3 anyways. And that's absolutely fine for Jason. Now a bit more position required. Just going to take this 3 and just slide up for the 6-ball. The score, of course, is actually 1-0 to Tom Cousins. So this will be for 1-1. And in it goes, and Jason Neida levels the match. It's now Tom Cousins 1, Jason Neida 1. So, Tom Cousins, so a little look around. Where's all my fans gone? If he's trying to catch somebody's eye in this arena, well, good luck, because it's the biggest arena pool I've ever seen. And if you're going to try and find one person there, well, the odds are against it.
And you see there in the background his mixed pairs partner taking runner-up for the second time in the mixed pairs, Tara Connor, watching her Scotch doubles partner play in the Open. Tom may be trying to keep an eye on his road buddy for this match, Mr. Kieran Hall, who we saw play a perfect set against Dennis Hatch early in the shootout.
He's off. He's had enough. I just saw Tommy, he called Craig Waddingham over, obviously one of our other UK players. He's gone back across. I don't know what he'd lost. He'd lost something. And Craig has collected it for him. It can't be either of his cues, because we can still see them sat there. What if it's an extra piece of chalk or something?
Yeah, it could be.
He went for the bank with a 6, but he's going to make it in the other side pocket. So a bit fortunate there, Jason Neida. And they're all there now. You can shoot the 7. That's sat between the 8 ball and the 12. Well, he fairly got a hold of that one. Plays the 3 into the side pocket now. Cue ball down to the bottom of the table so he can fire the 2 ball up into the top corner. Well, certainly didn't want to land there. All I can see is a bank shot into the side pocket, and he won't be able to get quite so fortunate this time. This has to be made into the correct pocket.
Risky shot, and he comes up a little long. Well, it was a good run. He just didn't quite get that last shot right as far as the shape. Forces him to have to shoot the bank.
Yeah, what he did is he didn't dig deep enough, and he put too much spin on as well.
Very hard to judge the table speed on this table if you haven't played on it at all this weekend, and we know for a fact that Jason Neida has not.
That's very true. So for Tom Cousins, 11 and 10 ball stuck together. That's his only issue. He could actually get to them now if he chose to. He could play the 14 and come round off 2 rails, go into them.
I think the easiest play is to shoot the 15 in the side, use that to break it up, make sure that you have that 14 available to you. Not right now, of course. Yeah. Come on around. Now, you take the 15.
No, you don't.
You might have got too much angle.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You can take the 15 into the bottom corner.
He could. I think he might play the 9 and try and get that angle that he wants again. Because he's always going to have that safe spot. He says he's going to do it right now. So he must have a different plan. Okay. 14, 2 rails around, just like you talked.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to play the 9 now and kick these 2 out.
I think so.
I reckon, because if you split those 2 out, whatever happens, you're going to have a shot at the 14.
Keeping that 14 in his back pocket. Well,
He's got the combo.
yeah. You say whatever you do, whatever happens, you'll have a shot at it. And he does.
He'll be quite happy with this. It's a pretty straightforward shot. As long as the 11 ball doesn't just creep over tight onto the cushion.
You're calling him great, Tony. I mean, if this isn't a commentator's curse, I don't know what is.
Thing is, he can make the 10 into the side pocket, but he can't hold the cue ball to be able to shoot the 11 up into the top.
I was trying to figure out, do you think he could play the 10 off the 11 slightly?
Knowing Tom, he would never play that shot, because he likes to play where he knows exactly where the ball's going to be. And by playing that off the 11, again, you're taking quite a big chance. He might just play safe, you know.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, I don't mind this. Takes the ball off the cushion, leaves the 10 in front of the hole, blocks the 2. It checks all the marks. And now you put it in the hands of Jason Neida, who is kicking for this game. A successful kick on the 2 ball. Could see him take the rack.
Well, this is going to be a foul. It's going to be a scratch.
A foul, as it is, will cost him the game, as Tom comes up with just 2 balls on the table.
And down goes the simple 8, and Tom Cousins now goes back in front against Jason Neida.
Yeah, Jason will be upset with himself there, because he had every opportunity to get out of that rack and just was not able to make it happen. And look at this break here. It's dry. So Jason Neida coming to the table now. Want to give a little bit of a heads up while they dissect this rack. We do have some players that have advanced to the last 16. Of course, we know SVB and Sam Henderson have moved on. Joe Prince wins 7-6 over Nick Evans. Ryan Robinson, which I don't think you've seen Ryan play, takes out Eric Charlton 7-2. One to watch there. Seth Kravsik, I hope I said that correctly, takes out Adam Cisneros. Jovan Bustamante takes out Kieran Hall. Austin Sherry and Jimmy Nosavan still playing. Eric Picard over Russell Carter Jr. will catch up on the rest of that bracket here in just a moment. Wow. Some big takedowns there. Eric Charlton, if you don't know who Ryan Robinson is, Ryan played in the shootout in Kansas City. He was a last-second replacement. Did not play very well, had a tough draw, but I know Ryan personally. He's from the Arkansas area. Great player, great person, and has all the ability in the world, and 8-ball is his favorite game.
In the meantime, Tom Cousins has a huge problem over there with the 13 tucked behind the 3 ball and the 8. Can he go into them now off the 11? Oh, what a shot. Cousins, has he been rewarded? He has. He's on the 13. That was an incredible shot there from Tom. Played to perfection. Just the simple stuff to do now. Mopping the floor with these last couple of balls. A nice simple 8 in the side pocket to finish off. As Tom Cousins edges too clear of Jason Neida here at the Rack.
All right, and just to catch you guys up, like I said, Eric Picard takes out Russell Carter Jr. 7-4. Craig Waddingham takes out Harrison Leenan 7-4. Jamie Tips, Aaron Bell still playing, as well as Caden Herbach and Tyler Ramos. Chase Stumfall falls to Gordon Vanderveer. Shane Thompson takes out Jeff Asel. Savannah Easton takes out Tyson Hodgins. George Walters, Jeffrey Tonahill, Tom Cousins, Jason Neida, all still playing to get their berth into the final 16. Got some big matches going on in the Ladies Open. Just heard Savannah Easton and Emily Duddy will be matching up. That could very well be a final.
Yeah, but that match was supposed to be on at 11 a.m. this morning.
Was it? Maybe.
But because Savannah's in so many different tournaments, it's been held up.
I'll tell you what, it's a good thing that she's young and has as much energy as she is, because she is a monster. She's played in every single event. The juniors, the ladies, the open, the mixed pairs, the shootout. She's got to be tired.
And she has one to her name as well.
Yeah, after she won the mixed pairs last night, I told her, I said, good job. That's your third title. And she goes, well, I'm going for 4, 5, and 6 today. Well, what a champion.
Oh,
It's going to be a costly miss if he leaves Tom a shot, which he did.
yeah, he got awkward there because he was trying so desperately to hold on that one ball. So he hit the 5-2 thick. And now Tom Cousins, I'm sure, will slot these home, and this is going to be 4-1 to the Welshman. Plays the 13 next. Up into the corner pocket. Nothing in the way for Cousins. Just got to get his weight right here from 15 to the 8. It's my friend Stephen Wyatt. Just has entered himself into the World Sneezing Championships.
I'll tell you, I'm not sick, but the climate change from Texas to Iowa is something else.
Can't believe the weather changes here.
Yeah, sunny one day, a little cool the next, rainy the following day. It might snow tomorrow.
Well, the 8 goes down, and Tom Cousins now stretches his lead to 3 racks. 4-1 to the Welshman. Jason Neida. The alarm bells are ringing.
Yeah, unfortunate miss in the side pocket on that rack that really cost him because he was in line to take that rack. And that would have been a break on his rack and win. And you can't let Tom Cousins steal racks because his break is big.
And that's a very good split there for Tom Cousins. Can make a case for either solids or stripes. They're both good. It now will just come down to what Tom prefers his last couple of balls to be to get on the 8 ball, because I can't see him missing whichever he takes. He's going for stripes. It looks like a bit of a double whammy that Jason Neida is going to have to take on the chin after his mistake. So he lost the last rack because of it, and he might just watch this one sail by without even taking part in this rack, because this looks like a break and run from the Welshman. And this is what he does. back over in the UK on the Pro Tour, he's relentless. He's like a juggernaut when he gets going if he's in full flow. And a lot of the UK players are terrified of him. His cue so straight. Now the 13 ball in the side pocket. Lovely control to get on the 10. 2 tap-ins, and it's going to be 5 racks to 1 for Top Cat. Tom Cousins, sip of water, looking very relaxed today. Jason Neida, well, he's now got a mountain to climb. And it is hard. You make a mistake, and you watch two racks go by after it. It's a very lonely and tough place when things aren't going your way in that arena.
Yeah, interesting couple of matches coming up in the last 16. Ryan Robinson, Joe Prince, be a good match. Eric Picard, Sam Henderson, the one I think I'm looking forward to the most. Shane Thompson and Savannah Easton. Savannah with a big chance for a big upset, and Jason Neida scratches on the break. When it rains, it pours.
Yes, indeed. Top Cat now having a look at the table, selecting what he's going to take, and I think it will probably be, well, I would thought he would have taken solids. Is he just placed that behind to play the 12 ball, or is he playing the 2 ball? Yeah, he's going to take solids. I was going to say, because I didn't know. But the reason I didn't like strikes is because of the 9, but he's obviously can get the cue ball just behind the line. So he's in the kitchen still playing a shot and then kick the 9 out. And the reason he didn't take the solids, I can only think, is because he just didn't quite like where that 1 ball was in front of the 8. And he thinks obviously the 15 is easier to get onto the 8 from. So he goes down the bottom now, plays 11. And then depending where he finishes here, he'll pop one of those ones in the side pocket first. And then he could play either or 10, 9 in it. Any order, depends where he wants to sit on the 15. Me, I think I'd go 9 next now, because I prefer to get from the 10 to the 15 than the 9. Tom agrees. Just wants to be slightly on the right hand side of this 15 so he can just pop it in and play the 8 into the bottom right hand corner, and that's good. And this is Tom Cousins onto the hill. He's gone for the side.
I didn't mind that much, just rolling through. Tom looking really comfortable on the arena.
Yeah. He's very good at turning up on the final day with his A game.
Yeah, I've seen it in person multiple times. Tom is a force to be reckoned with. This is not his standard game, but it's quickly becoming one that he is favored in just about against anybody.
just a very level-headed guy. I mean, if you talk to him and you know him, he's a great bloke to be around. Always pleasant, always happy. Mind you, why wouldn't you be if you were that good at pool? I'd be happy. But no, he's just such a great player and a great ambassador for the sport as well, I will say. Ultimate Pool, they're very proud of him. So, rack number 8, Cousins to break. Just requiring one more, and he's going to scratch. Much to the relief of Jason Neida, because he's in need of a lot of racks to get back into this match. Well, could be in trouble now, Jason Neida.
Tom's got a big issue on the bottom of the table in that 6-ball. He has opportunities to break it out, but he's going to have to break it out good. You can't just tap that ball. You're going to have to get some movement on it.
Might elect to go in there now. He went to kick the 10 away. Leave the 6 where it is. What that has done is put the 10 closer to the 6. So there is a chance maybe of a combo. Say the 3 or the 4 ball onto the 10, onto the 6, and make the 6 in the bottom corner.
Yeah, I like that. It's pretty dead.
Or skim off the 4 ball and send the cue ball into it. But he's looking at it. He has to.
Yeah, a little risky with your cue ball doing the skim shot.
Yeah, he's looking at the 4 ball now.
Yeah. I don't mind this. I think the 6 ball is as good as dead.
Well, the thing is, he's guaranteed position on his next ball if he makes this. He's got the 1 ball as well.
That kind of changes things a little bit because the 1 ball was the ball that I thought he'd always have shape on.
Can he get through to the 5?
I don't think he can. And he can't see the 4 ball. He's going to have to play a combo here. Long combo.
No,
he's queuing up like he can get through. Oh, yeah. Just barely missed the 3 ball.
That's pretty good because he does have a nice angle now to play the 3, run down towards the 14 in that gap, 14 and 13, get in there. Well, well, well. I did not see that coming at all. With the match there, waiting to be taken, Tom Cousins misses quite an extraordinary 3 ball. So, Jason Neida requiring almost an impossible task. I mean, it is doable, but he's going to have to run some racks. He's also going to have to rely on not very good Cousins breaks as well. Where's the cue ball? He's okay.
Yeah, hoping Tom Cousins doesn't have a good break is not what I want to hope for. Because I don't think it's happening. Is he going to try and cut this in the... Okay, he's cutting the 15 in the corner. Got to control your speed. He missed it. but he's blocked the pocket. Do you think he can play what we call a skill shot or a follow shot using the 4 and the 15?
I'm thinking he might only have that because of the angle he's got here on the 3. I don't think he can get down onto the 4. Won't be look at the side he put on that. That is an absolute worldie from Tom Cousins. He's checked it. And he's checked the heck out of it. I was just looking at the angle there thinking he can't get around, and this is now going to win him the match. And what a shot from Tom Cousins. 2 balls from home. In goes the 8. And Cousins defeats Jason Neida 7 racks to 1. Feel a bit for Jason in there. It was very hard. Lost the table a little bit because when if you haven't been out there before, it's hard to get used to. But it is Tom Cousins who marches on. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more action here in Des Moines.
over 175 years of billiards history, tradition, and expert craftsmanship, Brunswick is a name synonymous with our game, which makes it the perfect partner for Ultimate Pool USA's vision, a fun, fast, and exciting pool for the players all across the United States. Brunswick, Ultimate Pool USA's official table partner.
All right, guys, we are back in the arena with SVB and Seth Kravsik. My name is Stephen White. I got a special guest with us. Multi-time player in the minigame shootout, 0-time winner. It's Mr. William Norris.
Hey,
William,
how you doing today?
man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. And what do you think of this place? I know you've been here for a few days now. You've got a chance to soak it in. The venue's been really, really good. And I know you've been here. You've been eating the food. You've been hanging out with the people. What do you think?
It's a great room. The rack is much improved over the old rack. Their old location was small and not many tables, and this room is just beautiful.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's been a major turnaround as far as
So nice.
what they were to what they are now. Pretty cool to see this room filled up, especially when you look back at like the Joe Prince Jovan Bustamante match that went to the buzzer beater.
Yeah,
there
great
were
match.
people stacked up 10 times around the arena.
Yep, great match. And Sam, just before.
Yeah, Sam and Justin,
Sam
huge
running out.
buzzer beater. I was in here, but I'm 100% positive that the arena was absolutely stacked. If you weren't in the first 5 or 6 stacks of people, you might have been standing on a chair or a table or somebody's shoulders or whatever, just so you could see the action. And we'll get some updates from around the arena here in just a few minutes about who's still in the open, who's surviving, who's playing. I know me and you just talked about it. Pretty big match coming up. Shane Thompson and Savannah Easton. Shane not had the success that he's wanted to here in the U.S. Hasn't pulled off any titles yet. He has made a few semifinals and done well for himself there, but I know he's looking to snap one off.
He's definitely looking to get to the next level for sure. And the great news for Shane is that Justin Bergman's out of the competition, and he's put him out of the last 3 UP tournaments in America. So all hill and all great matches. He's just not quite gotten there yet, and I know he's excited to play Savannah, and she's playing so good too.
Yeah, this is one of those matches that you look at the matchup and you say, "Oh, Shane Thompson's he's a 4-time Pro Series winner in the UK. He's been to almost every Ultimate Pool USA event that there's been, and he's cashed in all of them, I believe." So having his nemesis Justin Bergman out of the way probably helpful, but Savannah's not a pushover. He's going to have to play.
You definitely can't count her out. Him and I were just talking yesterday. You know, she probably plays just as much, if not more, probably more than Shane, because she's traveling every weekend to play the game, and he's not. So, I mean, as far as competition goes, she's probably got more games than him.
Yeah, well, you got to look at it. I think I'm not wrong. I know for a fact I'm not wrong. She's the only player that's playing in all 5 events. She played shootout, mixed pairs, women's, juniors, and the open, and she's done well in all of them. Lost out to Johnny Archer in the shootout, the eventual runner-up, and then won the mixed pairs, and she's still in all of the other events as well.
Yep.
So she's I know she's making it tough on the tournament director because trying to schedule matches for somebody who's in all of the events is tough.
And that's a grind for her, too.
Yeah, I mean, I caught her this morning. She was sitting with her mom and dad, and they were kind of sitting up. Her dad's got his hoodie on, and he's kind of folded up, just hanging out, and she is head down on the table, getting a little bit of rest because she knows that she's got a long day ahead of her.
Yeah, I'm sure she's tired. And Jordan Helfrey was eligible to play in all the events, too, and I think she decided to skip out on the Open just for a few minutes of rest. So.
Yeah, and I don't blame her there. I mean, the Savannah's a monster, but pool fatigue is almost worse than work fatigue.
Yeah,
because you don't feel it until after you're done for the day.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it hits you super hard.
You know, we're sitting over here talking about other people playing, but Seth's smooth running out here on SVB.
Yeah, this is impressive. Another impressive player that we saw against Shane just a little while ago, Timmy Bly, played really good. He should have won the match.
Timmy played great.
Few mistakes here and there cost him the win. But Seth, you know what? I want to see because Seth, I feel like I saw where he was in the bracket. He may have had a really big win over a good player.
That was great.
Him here.
That was great out there.
Yeah, it was. I agree. Yeah. So I understand now why Seth is where he's at. He's taken out Johnny Archer 7-6 in the Open.
That was last night's 11 p.m. match. I saw the result. I didn't realize it was Seth.
Yeah, that's a big one. And then took out Adam Cisneros, who was in the Colorado shootout, won that match 7-5. There's a nail-biter of a match. It's one of only two still going on in the final 32. Austin Cherry down 6-4 against Jimmy Nosevan. I believe that match at one point was 5-2, so Austin's trying to make the comeback. George Walters and Jeffrey Tannehill are still playing. This is the first of our last 16 matches, SVB and Seth Kravsik. Another big match, Joe Prince and Ryan Robinson will match up next round. Eric Picard, Sam Henderson, Craig Waddingham, Aaron Bell, Tyler Ramos, Gordon Vanderveer, Shane Thompson, Savannah Easton, and Tom Cousins waiting on a winner. All coming up in the last 16. We'll check in with the ladies and the juniors here in just a few minutes.
Ryan Robinson played the KC Open shootout and played Dave Matlock in the first round, and he didn't play bad. He got beat, but he plays good.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit before. Ryan's a great player. He got a tough draw, and he was also a last-second replacement. So while everybody else in the Kansas City shootout maybe had a few days, a couple weeks to prepare themselves, I believe Ryan Robinson was a day of replacement for a player who couldn't make it. So, yeah, tough draw, last-second replacement. He didn't play all that great. He didn't play bad, but he's definitely showing that he has the mettle and the ability in this one. Look at that combo there by Seth.
Great combo.
Playing pretty fearless against the greatest player in American history.
Looks like the 7 goes by the 10 now, so gets a good shot in the 6, and it's probably out. Nope.
Oh, those are always the tough ones, but look at this. Made it a little odd around the 15. Now he's got to take the 15 up, I believe. The 14's also in trouble currently. And SVB running out.
Shane getting a little close to his work there.
Yeah. Not what he wanted for sure.
Yeah.
He made it.
His ability to recover is just unbelievable.
Well, he's going to have to play another good one because he can't see the 15, and the 13's a very tough cut.
It's going to go 2 rails, get back behind the 15. Oh, he didn't.
Well, he did. He went 2
On the
rails
top
to
side.
get behind the 15.
Yep, on the top side.
I like this play because he's got a little bit of angle. He can use it to just pop out a little bit. Yeah, this is good. SVB stealing a rack. Well, I say stealing. It was his break, but stole it back from Seth. Nice out there. 2-1 is the score. We haven't seen any 6-ball shootouts this week. We were very, very close multiple times. Probably the most with Joe Prince and Jovan Bustamante. It was so close that we actually had to review it for several minutes to make sure that Joe got that shot off. But we did do that, and we eventually found out that he did. So
And that's a big win.
it is a big win.
That's a big win for Joe Prince because Jovan Bustamante is so good.
All right, set at the table here.
He actually made the 8 on the break there.
A little unfortunate that we're not playing shootout rules. I don't know if I'm loving this. This is tough. He's taken the stripes knowing that the 10 and the 15 are in an odd spot. And he's not taking them out immediately. You know, generally when you have a problem ball, you want to face it head on as quick as possible. He's got a chance to follow through on this one. Oh, and he's missed it. Not only has he missed it, but he's left a dead-end combo for the 2 ball if Shane's able to get the angle on the 3 or even the 1. In fact, if I could get on the left side of the table, I might try and play the 1 into the 15 because it allows me to move the 1 out and play the 2 ball.
Feel like that's a shot that you mess up more frequently than you make, but we're not SVB.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm missing it 9 out of 10 times. Yeah. But Shane Van Boening, look at this. He's gearing up. He's going to fire this ball in. And he's scratched.
He made it worse, yeah.
Well, made it worse and not terrible. Yeah, I guess only SVB can do that.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with the camera angle if the 9 goes by the 1.
I think it's possible.
To make the 9 off of the 2 and spread the 15.
You got to hit it with some pace, which makes it harder to make the 9.
Yeah, there it went. Great shot.
That's a good shot. Still got a little work to do.
Definitely.
The 8 ball doesn't go bottom left or bottom right. I think it would go top right. Just going to go for a bump. Yep. Smart shot.
Great shot.
Oh, look at that. Almost. He overcooked it.
I think he's okay.
Oh, yeah.
I still think it goes.
Oh.
Great shot. Uh-oh. Spoke too soon.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Ooh. He avoided the scratch 3 times. How crazy is that?
Great shot, but his ability to recover is great. And got a little outline there on the A-ball. And
Yeah, Seth Kravsik, even with SVB. Don't know much about Seth, but he did, like I said, he did take out Johnny Archer and Adam Cisneros. So the gentleman must play good. He's hanging with the greatest American pool player of all time.
it's a great accomplishment just to get 2 games.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to figure out what Shane's going to do with the 8 ball. That's what I've been staring at for the past 2 or 3 minutes. You need to break it out now.
Well, he just made an attempt at it in the shot beforehand and did move it, but not enough.
Yeah, and he's running out of options to continue to try. He can see the 7 ball here. Again, the angle is not really good for what he's trying to do. I don't know, William. I don't know how you're going to get to this 8 ball from this angle. And Shane's only got 10 seconds to figure, well, 22 seconds now. He's called an extension. Okay, he played a tougher shot to make sure that the 7 ball was still there because he's going to have to use the 7 ball to get to the 8. I don't like trying to do it on the shot where I'm playing shape for the 8. You don't want to break out and play shape at the same time because it's unpredictable. Even for somebody as good as SVB is, it's still unpredictable. You risk missing the shot because you're trying so hard to get the breakout in the shape. Hard to miss this ball, but I've seen some wild things in this arena. Oh, man. Oh, can he cut this? Nah.
Nah. 14 is ahead of it. It's like.
I think I'm just playing the safe. No way. Is he cutting this ball?
Yes, he is. Oh, he scratched and he moved the ball.
Oh, no. Oh, no. What a huge, huge moment in this match.
And a great moment for Seth because he's now ahead of SVB, which not a lot of people can say in this tournament for sure.
Yeah, I think the first time this weekend besides when Johnny Archer was up 3-0.
Yeah, what an unfortunate match for Johnny.
Yeah.
What an unfortunate match. I rewatched the match. We had already left for the day. And when I saw he was up 3-0, I'm thinking, Johnny's halfway there.
Yeah,
He's going to get to break 3 more times.
Flashback.
Minimum.
Yeah. And then his break just failed him several times, and Shane's rewarded him.
Yep.
Had that golden 8-ball. And Seth breaking. Oh, man. Oh. The top of the table is disgusting looking. I mean, this is really nasty here. You know what I'm doing? Oh, well, does the 9-ball have a pocket? Does it squeeze in? If the 9-ball has a pocket, I'm smashing the 10-1-12 combo and making some stuff move.
I think maybe you try that shot if you're a little farther up in the match, but SVB's down right now. I mean,
No fear.
guess if anybody's going to do it, it should be him.
He's going to take the solids instead and smash it this way. He's done well. He'll have an opportunity to make the 1-ball
He's
and
going to push the 2 out.
move the 2-ball out of the way. He's at a tough angle to do it, though. If the 1-ball was a little bit more even with the 2, I could see it. He's going to have to change his angle here.
He's going to get it right here.
Oh, got straight.
Not from that angle. He's not.
I'm wondering if maybe he just rolls up and takes his medicine on a long 2. And what other options do you have, really?
That.
Or, okay, yeah. Watch
And
out,
gets the
8-ball.
4.
Oh. How devastating would that be? Make the 8 early right after you scratch and make it.
Shoot the 2, play a long 6, and play the 4 in the side.
I like it. I like it. Got to worry about the 5-ball as well. You didn't see that one, did you?
No, I did. He's going to do it completely different.
When you got a stroke like Shane's, he's, me and you, we're playing odd shots. We don't know what we're doing with the cue ball. Shane's got a pretty good understanding of what the cue ball can do and how he can make it do it.
Yep.
I think he's going to play the 4-ball here. He's going to get underneath the 6-ball.
Yep.
And use that to come into the 5. The big thing is when you're coming into the 5 from the angle I'm looking at. Okay.
Oh.
Well, now once again, 5 in the side. He's going to have to come behind it, hit the 12-8. Hope the 8-ball opens up a little bit.
And hoping not to get it behind the 11.
And not making it in the corner. I don't think he'll hit it that hard, but.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's a risky shot.
And he got a nice roll there, too.
Yeah. SVB.
Oh, my.
I think you can still
Yeah,
see
I
it.
think so, too.
Shane's having some trouble here. I mean, really, he almost ended up 4-2 with Seth never touching the table in a 2-rack span.
I'm a little bit pleased. As a poor amateur pool player myself, I'm a little bit pleased to see Shane Van Boening have just a skosh of trouble with the game, because I know how much I struggle and players like myself struggle, and it's nice to see that these guys who play full-time every day for a living, traveling professional, the Moscone Cup, all these other events, it's nice to see them just have a hair bit of trouble playing the game. It just...
Hit your screen record button, because you won't hear me say this very often, but the last 2 racks, Shane has made some pretty amateur style mistakes. Those are things that you see at league night, making the 8 early and and scratching on the 8 when you could play a safety, things like that. Not a knock.
No.
The guy's a professional. He puts in a lot of time. You can't play amazing every single day, every single shot. So a few shots there looking a little rough for Shane, but the difference between what me and you are compared to what he is he's going to be able to put that in the back of his mind and come back out and play like a champion. Whereas we don't play like champions ever.
A few bad shots, a few bad mistakes ruin a whole match for me, or maybe a whole day or a whole weekend. So that's why we love the game, right? It's a challenge.
You go to work on Monday. What's wrong with you? Did you have a rough weekend? Yeah, well, last Wednesday I had a bad night of pool. Still bothering me.
Well, I think we all have those matches, those racks that we remember that haunt us a little bit.
Oh yeah, I
have several.
I have a shot that anytime it comes up, and it comes up quite often, it's just in the back of my mind that I missed it for the cash one night. Simple routine shots, things like that. They stick with you. I don't often do story time, but I'll tell a story that I've heard Shane tell before. I was playing a match for quite a bit of money, and it's hill. His opponent scratched, playing rotation. There's 3 balls on the table, and Shane picks up the cue ball. He walks down table to look and figure out how to manage the 3 balls he needs to win the match. He drops the cue ball and it touches one of the other balls, makes it. When he dropped it, he pocketed a ball, so the guy gets ball in hand with 2 balls on the table after a huge mistake. Shane says that's probably his worst moment in pool. But the last 2 racks are not going to be his worst, as he takes it down to regain the lead. It is 4-3 SVB over Seth Kravsik. It's a race to 7, 19 minutes on the clock. I don't think we're going to have to worry about the clock here.
And honestly, if the match ended right now, what a great showing. A great showing for Seth.
Yeah.
Got to be proud of the accomplishments he's made in this tournament, beating Adam, beating Johnny Archer. He's 1 rack behind arguably the best player in the States.
Yeah, I think there's a fight there for greatest of all time, period. Some people are going to say no, or no way, whatever. I don't really care about it. It's not a debate that I want to get in, but greatest player in the United States, I think it's pretty much a hands down type of thing.
Well, you have to just ask yourself, if not him, then who?
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly.
The solids are looking great on this rack. Looks like he still has the 5 ball here. I was going to shoot a thin cut on the 2. See, I don't like that shot. I think you should have shot the 5.
Yeah, I like your way for sure.
You shoot the 2 and you throw the cue ball at that pile, and now you've got potentially a little bigger problem. It's going to get right back up the table and recover just very nicely, but could have worked out the wrong way for him. Now you shoot the 3, I think. Great shot.
Pretty good way to get out here. Didn't think it was the way I would have liked to have done it. He's kind of ended 50-yard line here. Gonna need to make a good shot on the 8.
Could definitely skip off the 10 and go right in the pocket. Looks like he's going to draw it into the 10.
Well, that's a big one right there. The one thing I can say is that the 10-11 is locked up, and I don't think it's dead into the pocket. I think it goes into the bottom rail. Yeah, I don't think it goes, Shane. You're looking at it, but I don't think it goes.
This is me playing this shot. I shoot the red stripe and play safe behind the 10, but of course, again, great shot. Trying to get behind the 15.
Uh-oh. Well, it's okay. You can shoot it down.
Great shot.
Yeah. Solid shot there.
I think sometimes we forget, not only is he a great position player and great at all the games, but he's also a great shot maker.
Yeah.
You know, you don't think about a player of his caliber having to make the tough shots because he's straight in every time, but, you know, his ability to recover is just amazing.
Yeah, that's the big difference between us and him, is that he makes all the shots look simple because he usually plays phenomenal shape. But even when he doesn't, or when his opponent plays a good safe on him, he has the ability to get out. Huge match here for Seth, and I'm sure if he doesn't make it out as the winner, he may be a little disappointed in himself, but in the end, he has nothing to be upset about. He's played well. He's had a few shots that maybe if they went the other way, he would be in front of this, but all in all, I mean, you're playing the champion of the weekend so far. Nobody else has grabbed a title besides him other than his partner, Savannah Easton.
And they played great.
Yeah, they did.
They played really great. Yeah.
I'm a huge Matlock and Helfrey fan. I would have loved to see them match up. Of course, Tara and Tom played really good to beat them. So I mean, it's just that mixed pairs is such a tough tournament. It's short races, short match clocks, and anything can happen really.
And Chase and Missy Stumfel played great too.
Yeah.
2 golden breaks from Missy.
Yeah, and you don't see many golden breaks, especially from the females. It's no secret that that males usually have the power advantage when it comes to breaking, and that's what a lot of the top females struggle with. So to see 2 golden breaks from Missy, it was pretty fun to watch. Shane not happy with that. Not sure why he isn't. It looked pretty easy from here.
I think
at least the way he shot it.
I think he was trying to draw the cue ball back to shoot the 1 all the way up, but ended up getting a little funky on that angle. But he Like we said, he recovered so nicely.
Yeah. All right. SVB on the hill. Seth needing a lot of good things to happen, and it's going to start with him breaking, making a ball, and running out. There's still plenty of time on the clock, 13 minutes, 25 seconds. Shane being on the hill. I'll tell you what the biggest worry that Seth has is just if he's intimidated or not. I mean, you got Shane on the hill. Again, we've said it multiple times. He's the best player to ever step through any of the international competitions as an American. I don't think anybody has more titles than him as an American. And, you know, you need... I'm sure Seth's thinking he's needing a miracle right now. But what he really needs is the ball down. He's not going to get it. Rack's a little messy. What do you like here? You got to try and find a solid that you like, right?
I don't think he has a choice but to shoot stripes. The other option was a super thin cut in the corner on the 6 ball, but I don't think you're taking that shot.
Is he trying to hold for this 10 ball?
Yep.
Shane moving pretty quick. I wonder if he thinks it's 50, if he's got the time. Okay, no, he's good. He shot those last 2 shots really, really quick.
I'm fairly certain he hit the 13 ball first there.
I think he did.
Yep.
And just barely skimmed it. The good news is all he has to do is make this one because the 13 ball is there for the breakout. Gives himself a little bit of angle.
I was going to say, I don't think he has to break it out. I think it goes clean, yeah. I think he could also get below it off the 14th and shoot it all the way up to the corner, too. Yeah, he's going to come by.
Makes it a little bit more sketchy on the position. You're going to have to go multiple rails. He should be fine.
Just 2 rails out.
I was going to say the only thing I'd be worried about is coming up short. He's going to be okay. SVB takes the rack down, takes the match down, and moves on to the final 8 of the Open. William, thank you so much.
That's great.
And we will catch up with you guys in just a moment.
My break tip is completely different from everything that is on the market. Combines the qualities of like a playing tip with a super powerful tip. It's like a tip on the steroids. You can open with less power and still have spin and split the pack perfectly, but you can go for the power breaking and you still have control. You just need to know how to do it. A lot of players that they told me that because they use so less power on breaking, they can focus on accuracy, and the rack always splits the way they want. And because they are not using the power, they keep that accuracy and its reliability. I believe that when you're going to buy something, you need to believe on it and buy it perfectly. And on my side, what I believe is, if I'm going to offer you something, it needs to be better than I was expecting before buying itself. The increases, it's fantastic, it's super good. And they are consistent, they still have power or more power than the normal tips, and they last. And that's what I want. It really feeds me on. When people say thanks and they like the product and they are happy, I feel joy to myself. It's not really just proud, it's just joy. I feel happy.
Yeah, literally, Webby. I don't know.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We are going to love you and leave you here. We're going to have a couple hours off. We'll be back at 5 o'clock, but we're going to have a big afternoon or late afternoon and early evening into tonight. We will have your junior final. We've got action from the Open down to a conclusion as well. We'll also have the Women's Open final. So we're going to have plenty more matches for you tonight, but that will all be coming up from 5 p.m. Central Time. We'll see you all very shortly.